This episode of The Riff is brought to you by pandas. They are like reverse ninjas.
What's up, everybody? You guys are listening to the Riff Podcast, the only Riff podcast on UCLA Radio, hosted by me, Noah Stern.
And me, Rafe Burstein.
Today we are joined in the studio by the wonderful, the illustrious Gillian Parker and Umika Kumar. And that's where you guys be like,
Oh my God, hi! It's me, Umika.
There you go. It's good to see you guys in the booth. We have two wonderful Shenanigans alums is not the right word to describe them. No. More like current members.
Ali Wong is Shenanigans alum,
Ali Wong
according to you.
Yeah. I mean, sure, we've shared a stage. A year apart.
Shared air.
Yeah. We both live in Los Angeles.
One time, Ali Wong was in LA, and I was in LA too.
It's like we're twins.
Yeah, it's great to have you guys in the studio. I recognize that, Umika, you just had a birthday last week.
I did.
Congrats, you're now 43.
Exactly.
And Gillian, no birthdays in sight, huh?
Nope.
When was
Never
the last
getting
time
older.
you aged?
I haven't. I was born like this. No, actually, I stopped aging when I was 12. I was a very sexy 12-year-old.
Whoa, that's a phrase never say again.
Yeah.
No sexy baby voice.
No, that we have a lifetime ban on sexy baby voice. For the viewers at home, we are monitoring chat, and we do read the YouTube comments when we post this after the fact. Happy birthday, Umika, from Guest 5554. Thank you so much.
Wow, thanks.
Yeah, it's great to have you guys in the studio. Have either of you been on UCLA Radio before?
No.
Wow, first timers. Well, welcome in the booth. So I really want to get to know you guys because I do know you in the social capacity, but I don't know your intrinsic motivating factors. Gillian, can you go ahead and tell me, why Shenanigans?
It is like the only comedy club at UCLA, and
Only one that matters.
I was After Dark too.
Yeah.
There's a show this Saturday.
We'll talk about After Dark.
I was bored my spring quarter, and you don't have to. The Shenanigans has no standards, so.
That is true. Very low barrier to entry.
It's our motto.
Shenanigans, no standards for alcohols at party or performers. Yeah.
Yeah. So they let me in.
Very nice. And you're in stand-up primarily.
Yes.
Do you float around to other departments?
Nope, not really at all. No, I wrote my first sketch for After Dark.
Okay.
And otherwise, I have never done anything
Yeah,
else.
After Dark, the bastard branch of Shenanigans.
It's not a branch of Shenanigans. We're independent now.
Legally.
Legally, we cannot say there's any correlation between Shenanigans and After Dark.
As future leader of After Dark, we don't want to rejoin Shenanigans. We prefer to be.
And I'd have to say, for your purposes, that
Feeling
would be
is
a
mutual?
wise decision.
No, we're just
That was a question.
chill.
Nice. And Umika, I've seen you a lot in sketch and other related sketch-like meetings, primarily in sketch.
Would you say you're in sketch?
I would say yes, I'm in sketch, and yes, I'm in After Dark. Thank you for asking.
Oh, very nice. Do you float around as well to other things? Have I seen you in digital at all?
I showed up once to digital, and then I submitted a sketch, and then I said I would do it, and then I never did, and it's never going to happen because I have way too much happening.
And Akila's been hounding you ever since.
She's definitely sent me some texts about it. Sorry, Akila. Love you.
Right. So you guys are both in After Dark, and I'm curious why After Dark in particular, because usually we're able to do and say whatever we want, but there is some important material that specifically is done in After Dark. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, I can talk about that. I mean, I joined After Dark initially because I just felt like in stand-up sometimes I'm a little nervous to say certain things the first time, or I feel like I'll get that reaction. It's not always like people are offended, but they just feel bad for you sometimes because a lot of my jokes are like, my dad died.
Very funny,
I think
by
that's
the way.
hilarious, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, if he hadn't died, I would have no material. So thanks, Dad.
Oh.
Shouts.
But no, I was After Dark's was nice for me to have that and join that and be like, okay, I can say whatever and people aren't gonna freak out. And if I do say something that doesn't work, people will, give me constructive criticism instead of being like, oh my God, she said something scary.
Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah.
And I've seen your Dead Dad material, and from an outsider's perspective, I could be completely wrong here. It does seem like a lot of that experience you're sharing with the audience, and it becomes a much more real connection. And especially when, I'm not going to give away any of your material, but it's very raunchy.
Yes.
And the combination of the two is a combo not many people can speak on, and you do it very well.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have that space in After Dark, too, because, as you said, my stand-up is very real. Literally, basically nothing I say is made up. Some of it's slightly exaggerated, but it's all pretty true. So it's pretty vulnerable to get up in front of a bunch of people and not know how they're going to react to something very dark and personal.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And so, Umika, do you have a dead dad that brought you to After Dark?
No, my dad is very much alive. Love him. I am really in After Dark for like the close-knit nature of the group. I feel like it's just like a space where I'm not a comedian. Like, I'm not funny. I'm really not. But Felipe is like really willing to like invest in people and like.
Noah, say she's funny.
You're hilarious. Felipe Briss, also an alum of the podcast, a friend of the podcast. I guess I could say being an alum. I don't know what it means. Is it Greek? Is it Latin? Is it Hebrew?
What were you saying?
Who knows? Yeah, no, but I just like love like a smaller group, and that's like sketch is giant, obviously, and like I love sketch and I love everyone in it, but I also love getting to like spend time with like a smaller group of people and still like do comedy. And I've also gotten like, I think just having both After Dark and sketch in my life, I've had more shows to go to, and so I've been able to get better at like actually doing the parts like properly and like acting. So for me, it's really like the learning experience I've been able to get as a non-funny person trying to be funny.
I think you're funny.
You're
Tell
so
a
funny.
joke.
Oh God,
no,
the three-phrase word.
Just give me a setup.
Three-word phrase.
I don't even want a punchline. I want to leave it to my imagination.
So, yeah, After Dark does have that like unique factor that not a lot of other sketch department or any sketch department has.
Not the one sketch department has.
No, which would make it the any aforementioned in my phrase. I am curious as to the mediums that you guys produce in. So you do, as you hinted, have a show coming up this Saturday.
Yes.
Can you speak on that?
What?
Before
So
plugs.
our
Yes, before plugs.
oh.
Well, so I for the listeners at home, I was a part of the first After Dark ensemble performance, and then through scheduling conflicts, I have not been able to return. I'm very curious, what has changed from those first shows where we did Mike Pence abortion jokes? School shooter stuff, a lot of suicide stuff.
A lot of school shooter
it was
stuff.
a lot of school shooter stuff. It was definitely like us reacting to current events and stuff we saw in the news, but also like we're specifically targeting things that the club or clubs in general wouldn't tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Is that theme still prevalent in this quarter's After Dark show?
Yeah, definitely some of it is. I'll say I have one sketch that I've written, the first sketch that I've written, which you read, I think, Noah, the support group sketch, and then my own stand-up. And I'm not going to be doing my dead dad stuff, unfortunately. I don't have time for it. But my sketch and my stand-up are both kind of just roasting men for not understanding consent, which is just so complicated and hard for them. I feel so bad for them, that it's really a struggle for them. So I hope that we can do more to support those poor men.
Yeah, men have it the rough.
Yeah.
So
Would
the
you
rough.
say white men have it the hardest?
Easily.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stephen Lawley.
Oh God.
A single tear.
Yes, let's all pour one out for Stephen Lawley.
Yeah, poor guy.
The urban Jew, which, God, do we talk?
Stop dragging the Jews!
Some Jews deserve to be dragged. I'm
no,
sorry.
you're dragging the rest by
They
association.
nailed Jesus to the cross for a reason.
No, they didn't.
I mean, someone had a reason. I don't know. And his name was Judas. Coincidence? I think not.
Oh no.
I'm going to take a long sip from my cup of water.
That is empty, Rafe. Like, pretty much empty.
Oh, my lungs.
He's definitely trying to sip on some tea right now. Yeah. Oh man. So, speaking of tea, I've been stealing so many packets from from B Plate. Oh my God, it's the best. I am gonna miss that experience going to dining halls because Rafe and I, we are graduating.
I'm
Umika,
graduating.
you're graduating, and not just graduating, but in grad school.
Yeah, I'm going to grad school. I'm so excited.
Woo!
I am moving across the pond to the original place that stole tea from another place. So that's going to be fun. The colonial fatherland, I guess. I'm Indian, so, the British. We don't need to do a history lesson. But, yeah, I'm moving to London, so that's going to be cool.
Nice.
Very
little
exciting.
Reverse colonialism. I like
Exactly.
it. Stick it to them. Take their tea. Okay.
Tell them their accents are weird. that they
Apartheid
should
them.
learn. Oh,
Very cool.
That really escalated. I was like, yeah, I'm going to take their tea. And then you were like, apartheid. And I was like, oh.
Nothing like some friendly apartheid among
Yeah.
nations. So
Oh, boy. I'm tugging at my tie like I'm Rodney Dangerfield.
We should start wearing ties to the booth.
We should start wearing actual clothing to the booth. I don't know if you know,
Yeah.
listeners, but we are naked.
Oh yeah. There's only one way to do the riff, and that's pantsless.
Exactly.
We Winnie the Pooh it whenever we can.
Quite the view, honestly, guys.
Yeah.
And
That's
No
why
one
this
asked
desk
you
is
to
so
look.
high. No one asked you to look, but we know you're picturing it now. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Moving on from me
Let's
being
talk
crazy.
about. I was thinking beforehand. Did you know that they banned an episode of Arthur in Alabama for featuring a gay wedding?
I heard
A gay rat
about
wedding.
that.
A gay rat wedding with an
even
aardvark.
more scandalous. Yeah. That.
What would the children do if they learned that gay people exist? Horrors of horrors.
You know, they say like if there's a negative press event, hope that there's another negative press event that would like overshadows yours. The only problem is both were Alabama related, and honestly, instead of overshadowing, they just compounded.
No, it's like they heard that strategy and then they were like, well, let's make something even worse happen, and then it didn't work. I didn't even know that states could still ban episodes of television. We're still doing that?
I mean, with YouTube, what's the
guess.
point? I don't really get it.
Yeah, but like how many kids, like 6-year-olds, are like, guys, I gotta see this gay rat wedding app. You see it? It's on Live Leak right now. I have to check
Honestly,
it out.
you're joking, Noah, but I'm from the Silicon Valley, and there are so many little 10-year-olds who are on YouTube, just oh yeah, there's this something I don't even know because I can't keep up with the 10-year-olds, but they're just on it.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
old is Arthur?
At this point, like 35. But canonically,
I think he's 8, but let me look up how many seasons he's had.
he's certainly been seasons. I mean, he's since we've been chilling, you know.
I think
chillin'.
he's second most to The Simpsons in terms of seasons.
Arthur, that's
Whoa.
impressive.
Speaking of long-running TV shows, The Big Bang Theory just ended, and believe it or not, its viewership numbers. Don't ask me why I know this. Only like 200,000 less than Game of
Left
Thrones.
In.
Yeah,
Oh.
oh, we wish.
Lefton.
Yeah, were you guys ever fans of Big Bang Theory or Game of Thrones? Or...
Arthur has 22 seasons.
I'm
Holy
3
shit.
upcoming.
Oh, big renewal.
honestly, yes. Arthur, amazing. I don't really watch much TV actually. I'm I don't know, one of those. I'm only halfway through The Office, and I'm like, yikes.
Damn.
Whoa, the
Yeah.
first time through?
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Crazy.
She's
Yeah.
behind.
I'm behind on basically everything. I will tell you, I'm also behind on The Bachelorette. Haven't watched that
Well,
this week's.
roses are given out. Let me tell you that.
What? No.
Any violets?
I think that would,
Never.
there's definitely some copyright where they can't legally hand out violets.
I'm sure there is.
Well, speaking of TV shows, I am curious what your guys' comedic inspirations are, because you both, from what I've seen you guys put on stage, have a specific kind of humor. And do you know where that originated? I mean, Gillian, if it's something, I know Bay Area, actually both of you kind of in the Bay Area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any local Bay Area comics that you guys knew growing up, or not knew, but kept an eye on?
Not really. I actually try not to watch stand-up. I watch less stand-up since I started doing stand-up because I'm afraid I'm going to accidentally steal something.
Interesting. I definitely watch less improv now that I do improv regularly.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because like you want to pick up the skills, but also you don't want to like subconsciously take other people's jokes.
Yeah, but like, you know,
It's so hard being a white man.
Have the worst.
Speaking of white men, though, one comedian that I have followed for a long time is Louis C.K. That was the only kind of like Me Too moment where I was like personally disappointed, because he was the only like person I was a fan of that was really like implicated in that. But my God, loved his TV show.
Oh, Louis. Yeah. Okay. This is not going to be the praised Louis section of the podcast, but you know his self-produced TV show with not Willem Dafoe. Who am I thinking of?
Will Ferrell?
No, the other old ugly guy.
Will I Am?
No, you know what I'm talking about.
John
He's
Hurt.
Not at
old,
all.
real Buscemi, Steve Buscemi.
Oh yeah.
That's like mini series he did. You could buy him from his website for like $5 each, and it was a great series. In the second episode, he has this dream sequence about jerking off in front of his mother-in-law. And at the time, it's like, this is crazy and really funny. And then in hindsight, it's like, why would he do this? This is insane.
Somebody pointed out that there's like 3 different Louis shows where there's a scene where someone in a red jacket tells his character to whip out his dick.
Whoa.
Like,
Whoa.
it's
That's
the
a-
same
that's some
dialogue,
Matrix shit.
it's the same jacket every time.
He was telling us. Yeah, I don't know.
There
It's
were
weird.
signs.
Who are you imitating?
Glenn Beck? I don't know. Someone whiny.
The liberals.
I don't know. So yeah, Louis was a comedic inspiration. Now, not so much, but I mean, look, he said some funny stuff.
No, I
Did
mean,
horrible
it
stuff,
doesn't make his
but said some
stuff,
funny stuff.
Retroactively unfunny. Like I can't not laugh at some of it, but a lot of it is kind of sad once you know the context.
Yeah, certainly. Do you have any less sad comics, Umika, that you've been looking up to?
So I'm not a funny person, and no, like I joined like Shenanigans. I think my first week here at UCLA as a transfer. But I had never thought about comedy before. I like barely watched any stand-up specials. So most of what I think is funny now is really just like exposure through my comedy friends. So it's just me ripping off everyone who's probably already been on this podcast.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, okay, like, in comedy, there's definitely joke stealing. Definitely joke stealing. But at a certain point, like, you have to recognize that, like, not every joke has been said, but, like, premises are gonna be repeated. And as long as you have your own take on it, like, I ain't too worried about that. That being said, like, if you came with a sketch that, like, someone before you definitely had, like, same game, same premise.
Yeah, no, none of that.
That would be a little bit too much. But yeah.
None of that. I just, my sense of humor is basically like from like stupid academia jokes, like, haha, I can't believe people don't understand Marx, haha, like.
Yeah.
It is a pretty good joke, though.
Yeah. In chat, Umika, you're the comedy soul of After Dark.
Aww.
Very sweet. And
That
then
is so kind.
And then not so sweet. Everything about Louis C.K. is worse, not only because he's a douchebag, but because he made his douchiness into his stage persona in order to hide in plain sight. And I gotta agree, guess 3070, whoever that may be.
Spicy.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's Louis himself.
Whoa.
Hiding in plain sight once again.
Through an anonymous
Didn't
handle.
3070 also wish me happy birthday?
Yeah.
Interesting, Louis.
Whoa.
He has many different sides.
And also said violets are a symbol of lesbianism. Whoa.
I don't think we're getting enough use out of the soundboard over there.
Oh, hell no.
It's getting like fainter each week.
It is getting fainter. And I honestly, it's turned up all the way right now.
Find the one that does crickets.
The crickets one is.
Yeah, play that whenever Umika says that she's not funny.
So it's like
Every 5 seconds.
criticizing her criticism of her?
Exactly. In a
Whoa.
reverse psychology way, it will boost her self-esteem.
Thank you, Riff.
Yeah, I really don't know how to turn
I don't think
the
it's going to
soundboard
get picked up by the mics.
up. No.
Can you make that noise with your mouth? Any of them?
The bird up or the crickets?
Any of them.
No, that's birds maybe. No, some of these soundboard things definitely need to be revised. Oh, we got crowd noises now. That's fun. Everyone likes some crowd
Play
noises.
that after everyone else talks.
So, do you guys have any you guys are obviously at different points in your college careers. Umika, yours is transitioning into post-grad.
Sad.
Gillian, you're 14.
No, 12.
That's right.
12. Hot at 12 apparently. That's
She said sexy, actually. Get it right,
Yeah.
Noah?
oh,
Thank you,
okay. Well,
Umika.
yeah. What I'm saying is
Noah doesn't
clearly
want to go to
crossing a
jail
boundary.
with Louis.
Yes. Oh, God, no. Although apparently we'd both have thriving careers in New York. I don't know. So
Yikes.
yeah, move. Would you guys have any, not advice, but like if you could tell your freshman selves joining Shenanigans, if you joined Shenanigans as a freshman, what would that be?
I joined. Okay, so like I really joined this fall, and that's like my last year here, and it's been so rewarding to like get involved in the community and like I don't know, all you losers are fun. So I would have told myself to just like join the second I got here. Like I didn't really actually engage other than going to the shows my junior year. So yeah, like just get involved earlier. Join the cult.
Yeah,
Drink the
certainly.
Kool-Aid.
Certainly just showing up to these events are so important. And the parties definitely help the bonding aspect and like the showing up, but going to shows and going to meetings
Yeah, I didn't
are
go to
so
like
big.
any meetings my junior year because I was also just like I just had the wrong attitude about UCLA. I transferred in and I was like, I'm just here to like, do my research and get into my PhD program
Yeah.
immediately and like freak out. And so, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely joined. I also transferred into UCLA and had a very, I'm just here to have fun with college because I'm only here for 2 years. Fuck!
Oh.
And that's why I've been doing this. And I do have class now, actually, until 10 o'clock, which, whoops. But,
How many of those have you attended?
well, believe it or not, I've attended every single one, but I've also left an hour early every single time.
Ooh.
And I don't know if that counts for participation, but the professor is a real homie. I like him a lot. Shout out to my boy Hans Liebermatten, and
Very cool
he's a
name.
great guy. I unintentionally did a Hitler salute in the middle of that. That was not the intention. I was just being like, hey, how are you? And now I feel subconscious about it, and no one can see that, so I just called it out to myself, to no one, and now I'm
And now it's
rambling.
live.
What a long
So-
sentence.
Yes,
Guest 3070 says neither of them joined as freshmen. Noah, you fucked us all.
I
I don't
guess-
recall Noah fucking anyone.
No, I am celibate. Yeah. Very celibate.
Play the crickets.
That's the sound of my sex life.
Ooh.
Oh.
Because I rub legs together. I don't know.
Oh, no.
That's a bug joke for the bug fans?
All you fans of A Bug's Life.
Oh man, what if A Bug's Life was like in the background when you lost your virginity, and that was like
Oh,
sounds
God.
so
That still sounds
horrific.
better than when I lost my virginity. But
why? Because like it was like
Should we
Toy
go into
Story?
that, or do you?
it was just sad. Come see my stand-up if you want to hear that story.
Whoa, that's a plug if I ever heard it. Now I'm
That's,
interested.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued. I'm hoping
Yeah.
this shows up on the Saturday show.
It will.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be. That's my opener.
Hype, hype.
I have a personal theory that basically, if you ask someone what their favorite Pixar movie is, you can know a lot about them. But the one exception is if they say my favorite Pixar movie is A Bug's Life. That probably means they are a fake alien person because no one's favorite Pixar movie is A Bug's Life.
I like A Bug's
I
Life.
actually
No, I'm not saying
forgot A
I'm not
Bug's
saying
Life
it's unlikable.
existed.
I'm not saying it's unlikable. I'm saying it's nobody's favorite.
I'm gonna have to agree with that. It's fine. The ride is fine. Honestly, the ride at Disneyland scares the shit out of me because
We're talking about different
bugs
things.
fall on you. You're not talking about the 4D Bugs Life Experience ride?
No, did you know that was a movie first?
What?
Rafe is talking about the movie.
Are you saying
Did you know
that-
SpongeBob 4D was once a show?
What? You're saying Disney bases their rides on pre-existing properties? Oh shit.
Whoa.
Disney loves original stuff. Let's talk about the new Aladdin.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well.
Will Smith.
Yep. After the controversy, they agreed to make the genie more hedgehog-like.
Crickets.
What controversy?
There was a controversy with Sonic the Hedgehog where he looked like a small boy.
A small boy with like very nice teeth. And it was like, come on.
Very muscular legs for a hedgehog.
It's very uncomfortable.
It is very uncomfortable, but they decided they were going to redesign him. They didn't actually say they'd make him look better, though.
No.
So they could have just taken away, people want more human teeth.
Oh, no.
But anyways, the Will Smith genie also kind of looks like ass.
Just unadulterated ass. Oh, well.
Just the peach emoji. But
Yeah. Well, no, even the peach emoji like kind of is like, oh, okay, that's ass.
A little juice.
Yeah. Ooh, bite in. Ooh, see what you might hear and smell. Excuse me.
We're just gonna.
Every podcast, I'm turned further and further off from sex.
Oh my God. Well,
You're welcome, Rafe.
I think to get you back in the mood, you and I should spend a night together.
So we were practicing for Laugh Den, and there's one sketch that involved Felipe like being sultry or something.
Okay, I don't even want to imagine a sultry
so
Felipe.
Funny. I love it.
And Vinny just muttered something like, "I pity whoever you sleep with."
Oh God.
Fuck.
Vinny has the best like quiet one-liners.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's so
You
funny.
Vinny's
just
a
really gotta
sleeper
listen.
with that. Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta really.
I wrote a sketch with him. It was really fun just because like we'd just mutter stuff to each other and then incorporate it into the script. And at one point he was like, "This sketch has a real improvisational tone to it." And now it's going to be in Laugh Den.
I'm excited.
Wow. I'm so excited to see Laugh 10, but more on that at the end. Yeah, I'm excited to see stuff and things. I am excited.
What's your segue here?
Well, my segue is that I have not yet seen Detective Pikachu.
Oh, right.
Which
We missed the discussion last
now
week.
We can actually talk about it. For those uninitiated,
Hooray!
Rafe saw Detective Pikachu like 6 months ago.
In like
What?
December?
Yeah.
How?
And
A
through
test screening.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he's been teasing me, been a naughty little tease boy this whole time. And
Now I'm acting sultry.
and I haven't seen it
Ooh.
yet, so I wish I had before this episode so we could have talked about it.
Oh, well, now I can't talk about it if you haven't seen it.
Well,
I don't want to spoil anything.
Without spoiling anything, can you talk about your expectations before? Did it differ? Did you see it again since the tech screening?
No. I don't see why I would.
Well, just to see if they changed anything. If maybe you're like, oh my God, they took my notes.
You know what? My favorite part about watching the test screening was because the special effects weren't done. At the beginning of the movie, they're walking through Pokemon Town. It's called Rhyme City. And you see on these like Times Square style monitors, like, look at Pokemon, look at Squirtle, like putting out a fire. But because the special effects weren't done, there was just a really shitty looking JPEG of Squirtle instead of a CGI model. And I probably imagined this, but I remember it seeing like various pixels cropped out really poorly.
I'm sure if it was like an
I
alpha
believe it.
version of the cut, then it was definitely poorly photoshopped JPEGs.
I'd also like to talk about my favorite line in the movie. I don't know if they included it in the final film because I haven't seen it, which was a character saying, "My obsession with my Pokemon led to my failure as a father." It wasn't meant as a funny line, but the person in front of me at the screening laughed really hard at it.
I would have laughed so hard at that.
That's pretty funny.
Damn. Would you say it's faithful to the series?
I have no idea. I'm not a Poke fan.
What? Wait. What? This
Poke fan.
No, I heard that.
Pokemon?
Poke fan.
Pokemon.
The whole time I've thought like you were this Pokemon fan, Flan, who is like, I need to see this
Fun
movie
custard
early.
dessert.
Oh, no. I just had a free sundae.
Also a dessert. Oh my God. Okay.
So 6 months of Noah thinking that Rafe
Yeah.
just really loved Pokemon when in fact
I snuck into the Warner Brothers lot and I
Wait,
saw it as the biggest
the-
Pokemon fan yet.
the only thing that I have to add to a discussion on Pokemon is for the longest time my handle on Instagram was Umikachu. Just because I thought
I
that
like
was
it.
cute.
Oh, I mean, it is cute. It's,
See, that's funny.
juvenile, but cute.
That's why
okay,
it was my
Noah.
handle in high school.
No, I still play Pokemon. I'm not juvenile. I mean, I am juvenile. I'm embarrassed.
I grew out of it, so.
Right. Is there any media out right now that you guys are especially excited to see?
Arthur?
Late
Is he
night.
gay rap
Or
wedding?
late night?
Late
The
night?
Mindy Kaling movie?
Is it?
It's coming out
It's either
soon.
late night or last night.
I think it's
no,
late
no,
night.
late night because it's about late night TV.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah. So late night. Just because yes.
Yeah, Mindy
Self-explanatory.
Kaling, very, very funny.
What's
Yes.
that Ali Wong movie coming out? I think it's premiering tonight.
Premiering tonight in Westwood.
Yes,
Tiger
I got a ticket to it, but I didn't go because it's not Detective Pikachu.
Wait, what the hell? You should have given me that ticket.
Oh, I could give it to you now.
It's over?
You can
Yeah.
still go.
Sad.
I would almost
There's nothing
assure
stopping
the
you from
premiere's
going
over now.
late.
Yeah, fashionably late. It's a thing.
Yeah, just text me if you want to see a movie.
Wait.
I won't see it with
Is
you,
this-
but I will
Oh,
email.
okay. I was like, is this you asking
No,
her out?
I
Like,
will-
You know she's dating a friend of ours, right?
Which friend?
Me.
Oh,
Ooh.
No. Oh man.
Sorry to hear that, Umika.
Oh god. Did we ever get Steven in the podcast booth?
we did. Remember he was with Grace?
What?
Grace.
In the
No,
booth?
I know who Grace is, but Steven?
Yeah, Stephen and Grace, because it was a last minute thing.
Really?
Here,
That's so weird. They were never friends.
look,
I mean,
they never
like-
met each other.
Yeah.
According to Slack, hold
Okay.
on.
Well, check the receipts because I have no memory of this.
'Cause
Although
I was just looking at this. Yes,
as
that
I've
episode
maintained-
we hit number 3. That
oh
was March.
shit, really?
That was like the week of March 11th or something.
I like it.
Ooh.
I
So they were a very
rarely
popular
remember
pair.
these, and I'm sober every
Probably
time.
because they're both white
No, you're
people
not.
with blonde
No, not
hair.
every time. Most of the time I'm sober.
You remember the Michael Clark and
Beautiful
and,
blue eyes.
and Carl one?
Yeah, I mean, I blacked out intentionally to black that out of my mind, but not via any substance. Wait, was I? I don't think was I? Refresh my memory. What was I?
I didn't
drunk or
taste
high
your
for that?
breath, so I have no idea.
I didn't
You
suck
didn't
your
make out
tongue
like
that
always.
night. No, I
Fool me
try not
once.
I try not to show up in any level of inebriation.
Try.
Makes the
I
comedy
try. I mean,
better.
you know, sometimes you slip and fall
Do
on a
it.
joint. Yeah. So, what would you guys, as like Shenanigans, I mean, like experienced members at this point, both of you, because now this year we have so many new members who weren't here last year.
Yeah.
So many. What is one thing like you would change or you're trying to look for going forward?
Change about Shenanigans?
Not like change about. Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. Yeah.
Well, there's been changes in the club. We have our new president. So excited.
Oh
for
yes,
Akila.
Akila Rajesh.
Brown girl
Yeah.
magic.
Also friend of the podcast, been on a few times. This is probably the first time we've mentioned that. She's
Go
gonna
Akila.
be the new president of Shenanigans. We're very excited. Very, 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 very excited. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. One, I think there's also Kylie's gonna be head of sketch, and I'm excited. Next year, I feel like leadership is gonna be really smooth, and there's been drama between After Dark and Shenanigans, which I've absolutely hated. And I mean,
Yeah.
next year with Akila as president and Kylie,
I
sketch,
really
it's gonna
don't
be
see any
so
drama.
smooth. It's gonna be so smooth.
And that drama mostly blew over.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I think
I'm
feel
not
like
aware
it's-
of this, so I'm.
I think it was
I'm out of
mostly
this.
had to do with personal beef between people who kind of put it in the name of clubs, but it's mostly
Yeah.
it's pretty much blown over. But definitely, I mean, next year I can't imagine that anything would even be there. I mean, I think Akila's she's chill.
A gem.
She's great.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think she'll be a great president. And the elections were very interesting to see both candidates, propose changes for the club. And I mean, I think either way, whichever candidate got in, it would have been
Yeah.
very interesting to see the changes they implemented.
Yeah, I don't really want it to change that much, though. I'm cool.
No, I don't think there needs to be like overarching reform.
Yeah.
If you could pull a Hunger
Completely
Games,
cut. Which
Yeah.
which department would you cut?
Oh, that's a tough question.
The tea.
president,
Honestly,
I want to see what happens.
we have a very strong group of boards. No. Hold on. We have a very strong group of department heads, and the president's role is at this point, because we have so many department heads, mostly to delegate. So
That's good.
if absolutely necessary, I think we could do without a president, but I in no way want to get rid of
Imagine
that
if the real government were like this.
role. Yeah,
Eliminate.
if there was a bunch of people in a cramped booth going, yes, eliminate the president.
No, government, if you're listening, and I know you are, I'm not advocating that.
No one, and the elimination we're talking about is both peaceful and not in any way.
We're not talking about
bodily
any
harm.
elimination.
No, unless it's like from the Stanley Cup Finals or something like that.
We're talking about birding up, having a good time.
And just enjoying
It gets a dead
shenanigans.
silence response from the other side of the booth every time.
Are you guys not a fan of Eric Andre?
We just really
know.
can't hear it.
Yeah, it's very faint. I think
It's like sad.
yeah.
Come on, Eric.
There you go.
Be loud.
Aw.
Be loud, be proud.
Yeah. Well, the volume's turned all the way up on that, so I don't know what to tell you. Oh well, it might be just quiet for us and loud for everybody else.
Oh, there's
Ooh,
quite the
we
tea in
hope.
the chat right now.
Oh.
Should we read that out loud?
Sure, let's read
Yeah,
all
read
of
it.
it.
Scared.
I didn't taste your breath. Quote of the night. Very true.
Oh.
The cricket sounds also describe Gillian's sex life.
Yep.
Wow.
That's true. That's true. I lead a club on campus called Sexperts, and I'm teaching a class on the history of sex research.
And you put on very informative events.
Yes, but I personally just crickets. Yeah.
Okay, by choice or
No.
okay. Well,
I run this organization with someone else, and we always joke about how like joining Sexperts killed our sex life.
really.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how for me now it's difficult for me to enjoy other improv shows.
It's exactly what it's like.
It's exactly
an exact
she's having sex and
correlation.
is like, I'm sorry, this is just bringing my work home with me.
No, I think it's too scary for other people because I'm the sexpert.
That's
You don't want to get anything wrong
that's
while you're having
so
sex.
insecure though.
Yeah.
Like if any guy or gal was like turned off like shit, like my partner knows a lot about sex and I don't. It's like, okay, then it's a learning experience.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I, for one, don't like to learn outside of school.
Boy, are there many genres for you. Yeah, no,
Pauly
that's
Shore.
fair. Yeah. What?
I don't know. I'm dragging Pauly Shore.
Man, his mom and dad passed away this year.
Oh, he could incorporate that into his stand-up, though.
To make it actually funny.
Sure.
Oh man, we are
Poor
just dragging-
Pauly.
Yeah, poor Pauly.
Rest in Pauly.
Rest in Pauly.
Rest in Polly.
He had some good movies back in the day. Yeah, so being in Sexperts kind of coincides with your personal life, which you don't have to get into here.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just think, well, also, I mean, I don't have sex because I'm so busy. This is actually very interesting. I'm going to get a little bit nerdy. Our generation is having less sex than any previous generation.
Why do you think that is?
And I think there's a lot of reasons for it. People have a lot of different theories about it. People like to blame porn. I don't.
That
so
was
hard to
good.
hear.
But I think it's because we're busy, you know? And I think we don't need to get married so early now. And so people are happy to, you know, be a part of a hookup culture or not have sex. And when you are hooking up, that you're going to be having less sex than if you're in a relationship because it's
a lot
just
less
not
frequent.
Yeah, it's just not as convenient. So I think that's actually a big reason for it. Me personally and people in general.
The marriage age
Interesting.
getting older.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not desperate to find a mate yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Give it about 20 minutes and should be ready to go.
Yeah. Well, I gotta respect that, and it is. Yeah, millennials are having less sex. Like, it's not the trend you would expect.
Mm-hmm.
Given
Keep in mind
this
we're
age.
Gen Z.
I
We're
don't
Gen Z.
know.
You might be.
We're in no man's land, I think.
I think we're like this. We're
on the
both.
cusp.
Yeah.
I've heard like millennials end at like 96, and then
That's
Gen
me.
Z ends at like, or begins at like, I mean technically
Gen
97.
Z also ends at 96.
Most life ends at 96. But
Oh,
definitely I identify more with like my sister born in 87. I identify way more with her and that culture being born in 97 than I do with anyone born in 2000.
100%. Yeah, I'm born in 96, and I feel like millennials are the people who grew up still kind of in a world without tech.
Yeah.
That's like more like the like qualitative definition rather than like looking just at numbers, and I feel like that
Yeah.
for me.
I just want to shout out my brother. I got a text.
Hell
He did the crickets comment. Thanks,
Very
buddy.
nice. Well, no one knows your sex life better than your brother.
Yeah.
Was that a little louder? That might have been a little louder.
Yeah, maybe you just have to like hit it harder.
It sounded louder.
Maybe you should bring the microphone over to the little stand.
No, it's not playing outwardly, is it? I think it's only playing internally.
Where's it coming from?
This board, it just makes there's an output.
Where's the noise coming from?
The output on the board. It's not like I'm like hitting a guitar chord and then it reverberates through the air. If you were to take your headphones off and I press this button, you're not gonna hear shit.
Interesting. Wait, let me test that. No, I heard it through my headphones.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So we're in agreement.
I don't know what's going on.
Riff understands now, Noah. You can.
Okay, we can drop that. Well,
what is that? What do you suggest?
Jillian's brother. It's been nice to have you on. Also a Tam High alum.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
I went there, hated every second of it, but I'm glad I went because it was quite the
way.
experience and very well funded.
Yes.
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 It's a nice school actually.
Yeah, it's very nice. The drum program, nice theater.
The drunk program?
Drama.
Oh, drama, yes.
I thought you said drum.
I heard drum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can't
Singular
talk.
drum.
Yeah.
We all share one drum.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it was good. Man, it's so crazy how we ended up in the same place.
Yeah, and I actually, when I first joined Shenanigans, I hadn't really spoken to Michael in a long time, but then now we're friends.
For good
Yeah.
reason, or?
No, just because he was in we were in PE together when he was a sophomore, I was a junior, and so we weren't really friends, but we knew of each other. And then I saw him around campus, and I was like, oh my god, that kid got taller.
Yeah, the dude's a fucking beanstalk.
Yeah.
Very lean, very spindly.
Yeah, looks the same as in high school, but just stretched out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now he's like, my good friend in the club that I probably wouldn't be as involved if I hadn't become friends with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of T-high people.
T-High, man, crazy. Umika, what you said you're from Silicon Valley?
I'm from Fremont.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Do you think that Fremont experience had anything to do with you transferring here, or where did you go to community college?
So I went to community college at De Anza, but my story is a little like different than that. I graduated high school and I went to like this private liberal arts college in Pennsylvania for like a month, and I hated it. Not through any fault of its own, but kind of a combination of me and the school and just like being not a good fit. And then I came home. I took a really fun gap year where I like taught and interned and did all kinds of cool stuff. And then I went to community college. And I think it was that experience at that small school that like made me want to come to some place like UCLA, because I didn't apply to any UCs or CSUs at all in high school. I only applied to bougie, tiny liberal arts schools. Interesting.
Yeah, my college advisor, I said, I want to go to a UC, and she laughed, and I was like, that's not a joke. And she was like, well, you're not going with those grades. And yeah, I applied
and then you killed her.
And then I murdered her, and I'm wearing her skin to this day.
It interferes with our nudity clause.
Take it off. No.
Take it off.
So
The
much
skin of a
continuity
deceased college
tonight.
professor. Yeah. So, man, I've had such bad luck with college and career counselors, both in community college and in high school. And it turns out what you need to do is just like get a baseline understanding from them, and then from there do
your work. Yeah.
do your own stuff. But oh well. Yeah.
I mean, you're here now. Worked out.
I'm here now. Rafe, do you ever feel superior to me because you spent 4 years here and I spent 2?
No, that's not why.
Wow. He said that and pointed at his much larger schlong.
Oh.
I can't believe you, Rafe. Can't believe you.
Look, it's very heavy.
Okay,
so it's not everything it's cracked up to be, Noah.
It hurts your shoulder, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
A little lower back pain there,
Rafe. Okay, so I do want to talk about these shows coming up because we have some amazing shows. We have this Saturday. We have
After Dark. So it's at 8 p.m. at the Improv Space.
Whoa.
It's like little over an hour and a half.
An hour.
And just sketch and stand up.
Sketch and stand up. It's going to be a great time.
Super funny. I
so
love
fucking
all
funny.
of the content. So
Yeah.
Can you give us like a little sneak peek on what some of the themes might be? Not any specific, taglines.
I don't know. I mean, I already told you I'm going to tell you the story of.
Well, that
Yeah.
one was clear.
It's
that
a
was
botch
way
job.
better.
Yeah, I jammed a bunch of knobs over here on my end, so hopefully it should be a little louder. But who knows?
Jamming a bunch of knobs also describes Noah's sex life.
Yeah. Well, what best I can say for the show is if you want to hear about the sex I have had, the sex I have managed to have thus far, you can come out to the After Dark show.
Okay. I am looking forward to finding out what the fuck that phrase meant.
I also think this show is like more just like alternative forms of comedy than it is necessarily like a bunch of really like intense subjects. It's not like as much the school shooter kind of vibe as much as it's just like different.
Yeah, we have some dark stuff, but we also have a lot of just weird.
And I honestly
Weird
love
is
it
good.
too. Yeah. Still solid stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly. So it's called a shit show, or was just the flyer I saw?
Yeah, it's called a shit show.
And if they want to find out more about that event, can they?
It's on Facebook.
It's on Facebook.
Yeah,
Just search After Dark Comedy, a shit
After
show.
Dark. Yeah,
Cool.
it's on my Facebook too. I'm like the
Admin, moderator.
the person that made the event.
A guest in chat. I'll make fun of my ex-girlfriend, and she'll be there. Shit will get real. Whoa. Don't know who that anonymous guest is, but I'm curious.
Excited.
Not 3070.
No, the only identity we actually have narrowed down. It is interesting. We literally know who she is, only her, and we don't know anyone else's identity.
One of them, I think, is Hannah Reagan.
Yeah, Regan.
Reagan?
Regan.
She dislikes the
Ronald.
comparison to Ronald.
Who?
Who? Hannah?
No.
McDonald?
Who are you? Anyways.
So we have that amazing show
What
on
do we
Saturday.
have next week, though?
Next week, oh my lord, God. It is Laugh Den. It's going to be a fucking great time. We got sketch, we got improv, we got more
the
sketch
only
and
two things.
improv. Those are the only two things, but there's a whole lot of it.
There's 2 things I wrote in the show, 1 that I co-wrote. So there's 1.5 things that I wrote.
Very nice. And I'll be doing a 20-minute improv set. It should be a fun
So you can
time.
go to the bathroom during those
I
parts.
have really fun roles. I'm excited.
I have not been a part of Laugh Den, and I'm not going to the rehearsals, but I've been called in last minute by Vinny to strip.
Oh, right. I was there for that. We need someone to strip. And you being like, I mean, I'm available.
I think I'm in that sketch.
Are you also stripping?
I'm not in that sketch,
Not
sadly.
exactly.
Well, I am very curious to see what
You'll
that means.
figure it out when
This
you
is
see
a
the
teaser,
show.
y'all. Come to the show.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. That is the last of our laugh dens, man. That's gonna be tough. But maybe I'll be like how Steven does at the last few ones and just creeps in the back and watches his old teams and it's like, oh yes, improv, you've done well. Yeah.
We love that.
Yeah,
We
gonna
love
be
the support.
a great time. There is also, if you're interested about further stand-up, there is a stand-up show Friday at the Sunset Rec Lawn.
From 4 to 8.
From 4 to 8. It's not a Shenanigans event, but there will be Shenanigans people at the event. So you can find out more about that by just being at the Sunset Rec Lawn at 4 to 8 p.m. Yeah, that's going to be a fun time.
We love comedy.
Love comedy. Would you guys say that comedy has been therapeutic for you guys at UCLA?
Yes.
Oh my God, yes.
Very clear yeses. Please explain.
I mean, everything I talk about is real. And, talking about my dad dying and, crappy sex stuff and relationships. That's like all my stand-up is. It's not really interesting or funny to me if it's not personal, and it's totally therapeutic to take something that's scary or hurtful or uncomfortable and find a way to make it funny, and it's a lot easier to deal with that way.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like comedy is like the few times a week that I'm not just thinking about all my responsibilities in school and extracurriculars and like all the things I need to do. I'm just really like present. So it's kind of a form of meditation if you think about it. But yeah, just like really like I don't really talk about the stuff that's like vulnerable. Like my comedy experience is very different from Julian's, but it still kind of has that same like cathartic sort of vibe.
Yeah, definitely. I've always said like improv has saved my life. That's overly dramatic. It's been just good for my life.
It's been really like a nice balance.
Yeah.
Certainly. Like you need these times to laugh. And I don't understand how like you could go to a school like UCLA and not find time. Like if your extracurricular is like maybe a club sport or something like that, like I could understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But like there are some fucking normies out there who don't laugh on a regular basis. Like they're just not funny. They don't surround themselves with funny people. And I can't imagine a worse future. Like what the you need humor.
Like exactly why I would have told myself at the beginning of fall 2017, like just get involved like quicker, because I feel like I just didn't get enough of it then. Would have wanted more.
Yeah, I feel like being a part of Shenanigans has really balanced being at UCLA. Like I have that fun social time always there, and
it's scheduled in.
Yeah,
it's like always gonna be happening.
Yeah,
you don't have to
really
like corral your friends into it.
Yeah,
it's been great to have this community.
How cheesy.
Oh,
I'm lactose intolerant, y'all. We can't do this.
Me too.
Oh, well, that booth must be stanky.
It is.
Okay. On that note, we are going to go into the plug section of our podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. Well, plugging our socials, baby. Umika, where can people find you?
On Twitter at Umika Kumar and on Instagram at Umzies.
Very nice.
2
Gillian.
O's.
Ooh, 2 O's. Spicy. Gillian.
I'm an old lady. You can find me in my rocking chair.
Very nice. Rafe, where can people find you?
I'm at Bursting Rafe on Twitter.
I like it. You can follow me at Noah Stern _ on Instagram, at Noah But No Arc on Twitter, at Be Gentle on Snapchat. Yo, thank you guys so much for coming in the booth today. This has been great. Everybody else at home, enjoy your motherfucking weeks. It's hump day.
And Father's Day is coming up soon.
Father's Day is coming up.
Graduation's coming up.
To do
Everything's coming up.
Jillian doesn't have anything to do on that day, so ask her out on a date. You know, apparently she needs it.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you. Will we see people next week?
I have no idea.
We have no idea if this is our last episode.
What?
Oh.
It might be.
We will see.
We will see. We'll
if
keep
not,
you updated.
we only have 2 more.
If not, we only have 2 more, and in which case, man, we got to choose some replacements.
Sure. Bring it up at a meeting.
Yep. Okay, we'll bring it up.
All right. We hope you had fun, guys, and we hope we had fun.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Kisses.
Mwah.
Oh, don't do that.
Was I
didn't
drunk or
taste
high
your
for that?
breath, so I have no idea.